What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already, in good faith that I will continue to bring you great content. So, today we're going to talk about the M&P22. It's been a while since I've come on here to do a video on a 22 caliber. I think my last one was the Walther P22, I believe. But I had to do a video on this because, first of all, it's a Smith & Wesson, right? Okay. So listen, this is going to be a short review. My friend let me borrow this. He let me borrow 3 of his guns, and this was one of the ones I picked. And I know you're probably like, well, Liv, why did you pick a 22 caliber? Well, I picked this caliber because this is a great trainer for women and newbies and people who don't want to pay for the amount it will cost to buy a lot of range ammo in 9mm. Also, as you get older, you tend to have, some people tend to have arthritis, some people tend to have issues with their joints, and so it's hard for them to rack their slide when they are shooting. Whereas in the M&P22 and also their 380 series, it's easy to rack that slide and continue shooting. So I've always wanted an M&P22 just because when I did start out, I said to myself, I was like, oh my God, this ammo costs a lot of money. Like I can't afford this ammo. And so I'm like, I need something cheaper, because the way I was shooting, I was just loving to shoot. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to shoot. I didn't know how to ration it out. I didn't know how to, how to make that ammo last. And so I said, well, I needed something else. So I was looking for one, and the ones I did find had a safety, like this one. This has an ambi safety. Now, I am not a fan of safeties unless obviously it's on a 1911 or it's a double action, single action that also uses the safety lever as well. So I'm not a fan of safeties, but my friend he loves safety. He's trained with safeties, and I think in competition you have to have safeties or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, he wanted the safety on here. So I'm at the range. Of course, I'm just like it's nothing. Honestly, I probably ran through 100 rounds in like probably a minute. Like, it was just so much fun to shoot. It has a beaver tail. So again, you can use that as leverage and as a way to tell newbies or tell women or tell anyone that, hey, get your hand as high as you can on the gun. That's going to mitigate recoil. And they may not feel a lot of that recoil, but once they go to the 9mm, then it will be normal for them to get that, hand as high as they possibly can. You can use this gun to really show them how to have a nice grip, how to really get that firearm out, how to, hold the firearm. What does that mean for biomechanics? Straight lines are stronger, angles are weak, that whole Travis Haley vernacular. So you can help them and show them exactly how they need to shoot. And with the recoil, they're not going to be as afraid. So that gives them an opportunity to get better trigger control, because they don't have to worry about the gun flipping up and flipping back at them. So, you're able to work on that trigger. Listen, squeeze the trigger, press the trigger back, don't slap at it. That sort of stuff. And so once they get good at that and they get comfortable, then you can, increase them to the 380 caliber or skip right over that and go to the 9mm. But this is a great training tool to get them familiar with the gun, to get them to appreciate the gun, respect the gun, like the gun, work on their fundamentals. I mean, this is just a nice firearm to really, for really anyone who want to work on their mechanics. Like, for instance, there were a couple of times when I was starting out, I struggled with my grip. Well, guess what? It cost me a lot of rounds, because I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong, why are my shots over there, and I still have trouble with my shooting. But if I had a 22, I can go back to the range and work on that with live fire. Of course, you can work on it in the house with dry fire and practicing and all that good stuff. But sometimes it's good to get to the range and get those kinks out. using a 22 caliber is super inexpensive these days, and it is the #1 way, I think, of getting that live fire out and being able to work on the things that you need to work on. So that is why I like the M&P22. Plus, you guys know that I love M&P. I think Smith & Wesson is amazing. My friend did a little bit of stipple work to it, because when you get the M&P, they're notorious for having a slippery grip. You cannot get a good purchase on the firearm. So, you know, he lets his wife shoot this. I think this is his wife's gun. And, you know, she trains with it. She shoots it. She has fun. But he did some stippling here that I truly appreciate. When I got it in the range, I was like, yes, come through with the stippling. He came through all the way. It feels good. It's not rough. I wonder if, did you do this yourself? I meant to ask you if you did it yourself, but I like it because, again, you know, my hands slip, and I don't like rough stippling, but I don't like the factory stippling that M&P called himself doing on the 1.0 series. Now, Smith & Wesson, you know good and well you ain't doing no stipple job on that 1.0. But I still love you. Anyway, guys, if you have a wife, a child, someone who may be struggling from arthritis, or anyone who just want to go back to basic training, the M&P22 is the best firearm, in my opinion, to work with. It has great ergonomics. It is an exact replica of the M&P 1.0. It has a decent trigger. What else? Of course, you still have the safety disconnect. The gun will not fire without the magazine in it. Now, some of you may not like a magazine safety, but when you're working with newbies and kids, I think a magazine safety is very sufficient on this firearm. It also has the ambi safety levers for your use. So you guys let me know. Also, I meant to tell you, it's ambi when it comes to the slide lock. It's ambidextrous. When it comes to the magazine release, you can put it on either side. So, oh my goodness, I love Smith & Wesson. Also, this is just a blacked out rear, and I think the front sight he colored in, if I'm not mistaken. But it may come with a white dot, but he colored it in and it's blacked out. I don't know if these are factory sights or he put these in, because I know M&P normally comes with 3-dot white sights, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I appreciate a blacked out sight. So if it did come with blacked out sights, then that's a good thing. Anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts on this. Again, Smith & Wesson can do no wrong in my book. Well, I won't say no wrong, but I love Smith & Wesson. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are treating one another with kindness, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Peace.